All right, how we doing, brother? Who we got right here? Talk to me.
Peace. King Wild. Represent for the babies always. It's all about teaching children. So they don't end up in a situation like I was. They're 21 years. Have to make it home to the party with the government. So now we're about mass clemency. We have a prison summit coming up this weekend, next weekend, matter of fact, in Charlotte. It's for the whole nation. Mass clemency. We try to get the laws changed and all that. Go straight to the government, straight to the president. That's our philosophy to help end mass incarceration. Going on, prisonsummit.com, X's Foundation. You can get more information about the upcoming prison summit.
Okay, so how long you been home, brother?
I got home January 6th of this year.
Oh, okay. Welcome home, man. Welcome home, man. How is it like to adjust into society for you?
Well, the adjustment's been great because of the support. I got a strong support system, brotherhood, brothers like Infinite, who already made it home before me, can give me some pointers on which way to move and the ins and outs of the things. So I learned from other people's history. So I don't have to repeat certain mistakes that they made. So we learn from that. That's what's making my situation, my transition so easy, I would say.
All right, so you just getting home, man, and you already fighting for reform. You already got things coming together. You said Charlotte, right?
Charlotte.
Yeah, Charlotte. I mean, that's wonderful, man. I like Charlotte, by the way, so that's like one of my favorite cities.
Okay.
So do they have this all over the United States or just in Charlotte?
It's a national movement.
Okay.
So the lady who Kim Kardashian just got out with the what's her name? Trump let her out on a party. She's a guest speaker down there. There's a lot of people that's going to be there. So yeah, they travel across the country doing this. This right here, just I forgot what year anniversary summit it is. But yeah, it's going to be from 19th to the 21st.
Okay. So are you going to be speaking down there?
Yes. I'm going to be speaking on Saturday.
Oh, congratulations, man. Congratulations, man. That's what's up, man. Doing big things, man. So what's your advice to a youngin right now? They never been incarcerated, but they going the wrong way right now. What would be your advice for them?
Stay in school and get your education, because your education is going to lead the way for you. Without that right education, you really can't fulfill your goals in life and make a living for yourself legally.
Mm-hmm. So by you coming home just this year, right? What motivated you to like say, you know what, I'm gonna do the right thing, and I'm gonna help others? Like, what pushed you towards that direction? I know that it was because you've been incarcerated yourself, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to see other brothers go the same path. But is there anything else that drives you?
My foundation is knowledge itself. Knowledge itself, I see God within myself, so that's my primary motivation. My way of life, it pushes me to help save young people. That's what happened to me. Without certain older people giving me guidance, I can listen to everything they said. That's why I ended up in those situations. So that's what I really advocate. Education, learn the history, learn where you came from, learn who your historical enemies are. When it comes to white supremacy and oppression of ourselves, and study mathematics. Mathematics is being able to make a living for yourself. You got to know everything all around math. Get your reading comprehension up. Read, study books about, Mansa Musa. Study books about Shaka.
Who that brother is?
Okay, Mansa Musa. He was the king of Mali. He established a great library, Timbuktu. It's a massive library, and modern day time it's called Mali too. It's like that. He's like one of the richest men. Black man, Mansa Musa, studied people like Shaka Zulu king who fought off the British, things like that. These are the things that give you motivation and self-esteem. Sometimes we might be looking at Gucci, Louis Vuitton, which are European houses, and we competing against each other. I think we should compete against individuals like that. Inspire young individuals to build their own brands. You got an idea, put it forth, and take it to some to some elders who could probably support you with your idea. Because I think that's what we should do. We should support our young people who got these ideas to keep them out the street. The resources that the older people have, these organizations, these transfer that stuff, put it in the hands of the youth. That's what I got to say about that.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you, what's like the best book books for Mansa Musa? Because I've been looking some up, right?
Anything probably by John Henry Clark.
Okay.
You know, he's a great black historian. Dr. Ben Johannan. Books like anything from Ahmed Ben Sertis. You know, African presence in early Asia. Those are some great authors and some great titles that you'll find something about Mansa Musa.
All right, so do you have any business ventures besides, I know we're doing the prison summits right now, but do you have like clothing line, books, or anything that's coming?
Right, you know, I got my book, I wrote my memoir, My Life as a Violence in the 36 Years Disciple. That's out. You know, you can get that. You can follow me on Law King Wise on Facebook, Major Bank Mentality on Instagram, and then LawKingWise.com. You know, I got, yeah, I sell my book, I sell shirts, 5% clothes, merchandise. I got an album I put out called The Brotherhood. You can download that on streaming sites, all major platforms. You know, I ain't really here to market myself on that, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I'm here to, you know, really for the people, right? I do that, there's another platform that I do that at. When I come to places like this, I kind of more like, you know, I come to help the brothers locked up, man, you know, to really help get them out and show the love for the brothers who came home. That's kind of more like I be on when I'm in spaces like this. But yeah, you can follow me on, like I said, Facebook, Allah King, one word, Wise, Major Bank Mentality on IG. And yeah, I'm always dropping the knowledge, you know, wise words of wisdom. This is my lifestyle. It's like breathing in me, you know, and I try to stay humble because when it comes to us as being black people, we have a lot of self-hate. You know, we deal with a lot of jealousy and envy. When we see another black individual striving to prosper, we begin to hate them. And sometimes we really don't even know this person. You don't have no personal relationship with this person. But it conjures up some type of jealousy and hate. And that's self-check. Our enemies put us in self-check. Where you don't really have to be hands-on with us no more. We just check ourselves, you know what I'm saying? So it's like we oppressing ourselves to the same mind state, the Ku Klux Klan, and we try to fight and kill each other.
That's similar to like the Willie Lynch letter.
Exactly.
It talks about it's going to start to work on itself.
Definitely the Willie Lynch, you know, it's in modern day time, so black love is how you get around that. You gotta show mercy, like for me, if I have a problem with another black person, I try to show as much mercy as possible because we say Allah is most merciful. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think about it, no other no other race kill each other the way we do. Like you don't see white boys running around killing each other. You don't even see the Chinese. You would think there are no Chinese individuals in this country. If you watch the news, you know, and you start talking about like the 6 o'clock news, you see a lot of black people getting killed. Young black brothers getting murdered every day. And so that's by design. And again, the solution, you gotta get on the front line. You gotta get out there and have conversations with them, build relationships with them, let them know that you really care about them. And the way you let them know that you care about them, you gotta spend the time with them. You just can't be giving them no money or no material thing and then just leave and go on about your day. You gotta spend quality time with these young brothers out there. You spend quality time with these young brothers. Now you're gonna have them to be receptive to what you gotta say. Now you're gonna give them some guidance. They're more likely to listen to certain things than you just showing up like Santa Claus, which ain't no real Santa Claus, but you providing presents and, you know, on a birthday, you just come around. On a holiday, you know, you gotta come around on a regular basis.
I'm glad you said that because when I was a kid, the only people that spent time with me was the doughboys.
Right.
Everybody else was too busy.
Yeah, right,
so
right.
naturally, by them, you know, by me being around them, naturally I clinged on to what they did, and that's what I wanted to do. So I'm glad you said don't just show up and give money,
right,
but also spend time with them. That's a lot of people say that, but I don't think it marinates.
Right.
Like they hear it's like cliche,
right,
but it's not. It's something real.
It's real.
You know what I'm saying?
It's simple. You know, you make a lot of things complex, but it's simple. You know, when you really break it down, because the foundation of life is man, woman, and child. That's it. Man, woman, and child. So in order to get everything back in place, it starts with the black man. You know, we have to take responsibility and be accountable. It's like you see a police, right? A police can see something take place all the way over there. He's not even on duty, but he see that his responsibility something's going wrong, we have to take that on as a whole community. See, we don't really need the police. You know what I'm saying? We can do these things ourselves. But you gotta start with yourself though. Start with the individual, so you gotta take care of your own self, before you can try to take care of somebody else. So that's my philosophy. This is my opinion. Somebody else might got a different way, This is what works for me. And the bottom line is to teach young black boys to do the job. Because if you really understand your origin in this world, it kind of changes how you make your decisions and how you act. See, we come from a long line of master builders. We built pyramids, we built great civilizations, and it don't get highlighted. Like I'm in college now, right? So I'm in college for consumer behavior psychology. The curriculum, they teach me all about Europeans. When they go to reference about Isaac Newton's law of gravity, how Isaac Newton come up with a law for gravity when gravity was around trillions of years before he even came into existence. But if you don't know these things, you'll be hit with white supremacy subliminally. And you'll be looking up to white people subliminally. And I don't hate white people, not like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a racist or any of those things. It's about putting things back in perspective. It's about black love. So we hate ourselves so much that we gotta give ourselves more attention. And we gotta put ourselves back into the right position in this world. Because we the mothers and fathers of civilization. And how we gonna show and prove that is when we get these young people back right.
That's why I was just ready to ask you, because there's a big debate about, I hear a lot of activists are saying now, forget about the older generation, we need to go get the youth. Right, because it's a quote that they always use from Frederick Douglass, that it's easier to repair, it's easier to raise a child.
Repair a grown man.
Exactly.
I got that quote in my book. That's in the back of my book. That exact quote. And you in tune, man. You on point. Yeah, because the genocide applies like this. Older people are dying off, which is a natural course of lifespan. You get older, you eventually want to die. But young people are not living to get old. Our young brothers and sisters are getting murdered so quickly, and then elders are dying off from bad health. So where we gonna be at? If you look around, you're like, where the Mayans at? There was a lot of Mayans over here at one time. There was a lot of Inca. Where they at though? They got wiped away when the Europeans came. And this is what's taking place to us. If you look around, I came out of prison, all I see is the majority of black people in that prison, black men in that prison. And so come out here, you don't see that many black men, you see a lot of black women though.
Right.
And so yeah, man, it's like genocide, so we're gonna stop that though. See, one thing about that, I ain't the type that keep talking about the problem. We gotta deal with the solution.
Man, I'm glad you said that, brother. I was just telling somebody that I said, look, man, I'm so tired of just the talk. And I'm so tired of people profiting off of our pain and our ignorance. It's like the same old song. Let's put an event together and talk about it. But they get richer and richer and richer, and the problem ain't even solved. Nobody's actually putting boots on the ground and actually grabbing Lil Ray Ray or Lil Quan. Hey, man, stop selling dope, man. Come here. Let me show you a better way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad you said that. Because I know a lot of people, they tired of it. They're like, oh, it's just another hustle. That's all it is, just another hustle.
I call it program pimps. You just using this thing that you didn't got the knowledge of non-profit and get grant money and stuff like that. And that's been going on for years and years. White people been doing that. Then some people that's black get involved. So that's why I say the effect. Let's see the results. Because 1 + 1 = 2. You can't argue that. So if you implement something, the evidence will prove whether it was effective or not. Let's see what type of change started to take place once this was implemented. Now, if it's not taking certain changes, now we got to replace that. We got to, because it's a serious situation. It's so serious is when, think about how many black mothers is traumatized. If their son is not home by a certain time, they think it's something wrong. car could have just broke down. But a white mother automatically don't start to think her child has been killed or locked up if they are not at a certain spot at the time they said they was going to be. So it's certain traumas that we have that must be healed. And we can't be playing games with it. You got to really be serious about the work. Because if we play games with it, we contribute to the death of our young. We become aiding and abetting in that. So, you know, certain things just have to be, man, emotions got to be set aside. It don't matter who's the one who got the plan, as long as the plan can get the job done. This person can have the plan, or that person can have the plan. And it's all about, let's get it done. I get in line where I get in line, you know, we gotta support each other. So, and when we support each other, it's all gonna circulate back around. See, if I buy something from you, right, you don't necessarily have to buy something from me. As long as you go buy something from somebody else that's black.
Right.
And it circulates within our community that way. But sometimes the competition be amongst each other. So you don't want to buy that from this person, or you don't want to, you know, patronize this person's business because you don't want to see them successful. But then you'll take your money over here to this Caucasian business, and they're becoming more successful, and they ain't doing nothing for our community.
So you're right. I was incarcerated. I did like 45 days, but that was long enough for me, right? And I was talking to this guy when I was down there, and I was going on this rant about black people being crabs in the barrel, and I'm just snapping out. And he said, "Brother, I understand where you're coming from, but he said, what is the crab's natural habitat?" And he said it to me very calm. So I was like, the crab's natural? He said, the crab natural is not in the barrel. Right. He said, who put the crab in the barrel? Right. You know what I'm saying? And he said, it's so, and I said, you know what? I never thought about it because I was just talking off of pure emotion. Right. And I never thought, you're right. Somebody created that environment and put us in that environment. Yeah. We didn't build the project. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
You're exactly right. And so, part of that solution is go to Walmart, go to these Wawa's, got stores in our community, and tell them, look, when you gonna pick a day just to give some stuff away to the youth? I'm not necessarily saying to no old people, but these young people out here need some resources. Why not take certain times throughout the year and provide these, like literally present programs, not necessarily saying products, but invest in certain programs, because you're making money in our community. We come and shop in your stores, so you naturally have an accountability towards this. Because why? If somebody comes and shoot in this parking lot right here, you're gonna address that issue by calling the police. Even if they didn't come in your store and do it, even if they did something right there in the street, you can say, all right, I need to get involved with that. Right. But we're talking about prevention. How can you prevent these things from happening? Because if I'm starving, right, and my mother is on drugs, I don't know who my father is. And right in my midst, I see a way to make a way, which is crime though. I can sell these drugs and immediately receive something to help put an end to my hunger. Right. You're gonna naturally do that. But it goes back to what you said. You created that environment for that to happen. Because I can go over here in this part of town and see this part of town is built up. I see the streets in this part of town is good for me to drive my car in. But then I can go 10 minutes away and see straight slum. But I'm in the same city.
And the thing is, we know mind control is real. They can sway us to be negative and they can sway us to be positive. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the media sways us to be negative. Right. It doesn't sway us to be doctors and lawyers and teachers. It sways us to be thugs and, you know.
And so that's why I get to the music thing, you know. And, you know, I use the music as a way to alter the thing. And you have to have the right formula to do that. Because if you come too direct with it, they're going to run away. They ain't trying to do that. They're like, man, I ain't trying to do shit. So it's like a person that's hooked on heroin. They don't just automatically come off of it. They got to wean themselves off of it. They have to go through certain detoxes. So that's my formula for music. It's like, okay, you got to come at them where they at with the music, and then gradually build them up. So that's what I work with the young with music.
Yes, sir.
The sound, they can turn a person to a killer. He might not even been a killer yet, but he can listen to certain music and be on certain drugs, and it can evoke him to become a killer.
True.
And so you got to get inside that right here. And who controlling these big record labels that is really the cause of that? Because they saying, look, we want you to make this type of song. We gonna put this type of money behind you. And then they gonna put you before the media to be seen as a highlighted star. And now this young person listening to you and they wanna be just like you.
Right.
They think, okay, this is the way I'm drilling. You know, I'm a demon. You take it on terms that really promote death. But it's being popular, it's being popular. And if you come at them the wrong way, trying to teach them that, nigga say, nigga, get out of here. I ain't trying to hear that.
Yeah, man, I appreciate building with you, man. We just went 20 minutes building,
Wow.
brother. I appreciate building with you, man, but welcome home. Remember that you're powerful. Remember that you're awesome. Remember that you can do all things. And keep up your